Welcome to my channel Education by Haneet. So children, today we'll be doing the back exercise of our first chapter, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read. Okay, and this is from our new book Kaveri, right? And see, now this is the question third on page number 2. Read the following passage, match the highlighted words with their meanings given in the box below. Okay. So these are some words and we have to match here. So children, I have also written these answers for your reference. Okay. Now the casting for the protagonist. Now protagonist is who? Number 7, main character. Okay, so I have written here the answer as well. Of our school's annual play was done after a lot of debate. Now debate is number 4, discussion. Okay. As many good actors had auditioned for the role, we had decided to present an episode. Episode is number 5, a part of a story from an inspirational story. It was a life story of a group of children who worked with community. Community is number 3, people living in one particular area, okay, to spread literacy. Every day we reach school early to practice with concentration. So concentration is number 6, focus. See all these numbers I have marked here, so you can take these reference from here as well. So number 6 is focus, okay. Then comes we waited eagerly, eagerly is number 1, excitedly for the final presentation. All of us played our roles in a very convincing means believable manner as a theatre teacher had guided means directed us well. Okay. Now the next question. Complete the cause and effect table. Now this is in from between of your chapter. Okay. Complete the cause and effect table given below based on part 1 of the story. Share answers with the classmates and teachers. So this question is after part 1 before the beginning of part 2. Okay. Now here effect is given and we have to write the cause. Okay. So the sentences which are highlighted with yellow color, these are the answers. Okay. So the effect is given. The morning papers arrived late in the day and weekly magazines would come one day late. So the cause of this is because the transport system was not very good in the village. Okay. Then second effect is given. The grandmother Kristaka never went to school. So what was the effect of this? Because of that she was not able to read. Then third one, effect is given. She was deeply interested in the story and discussed it with her friends. Cause is the grandmother was influenced with the protagonist of Kashi Yatre. Then cause is given number 4. There was no one to the narrator went to a wedding for a week. So that is why the effect is there was no one to read Kashi Yatre to the grandmother. Then effect is given number 5. The grandmother never went to school. So cause will be grandmother got married at a very early age. So that is why she was not able to go to school. Then 6 causes given. The grandmother regretted not going to school. So the effect of this is she made sure that all her children and grandchildren went to school and studied well. Okay. So children, whenever you are watching this video, please sit with your book, or now the PDFs are also available on the NCERT website. Okay. If you want, I can send you that. You can comment in the comment section and I will provide you the PDF as well. So take out the printout of that PDF and then you can write these answers there. Okay. And then you can memorize. Now check your understanding. Now we have to tell the true and false, right? Share answers with the classmates. Now the first one, the grandmother wanted to learn Kannada alphabet to gain independence. Now if you have gone through the chapter, so you will be able to answer these questions very well. So yes, this is true. Grandmother wanted to learn the Kannada alphabet to gain independence. Then 2, the grandmother asked someone in the village to read Kashi Yatre to her while the narrator was away. So this is false. Then 3, the narrator was the grandmother's first teacher and taught her how to read Kannada. So the answer for this is true. Then fourth one, the grandmother believed that there was no age limit for learning. So this is again true. Then fifth, the grandmother touched the narrator's feet as a mark of respect for her as a teacher. This is also very true. Then sixth one, the narrator was disappointed with the progress her grandmother made in learning to read. So this is false. She made an amazing progress, okay, and she was able to read a full novel in a short period of time. Now we have to read this extract which is highlighted, which is in green, and we have to answer the questions that follow. Okay, so the extract is, I'll quickly read it. When I came back to my village, I saw my grandmother in tears. I was surprised, for I had never seen her cry in the most difficult situations. What had happened? I was worried. Ava, is everything all right? Are you okay? I used to call her Avva, which means mother in the Kannada spoken in northern Karnataka. She nodded but did not reply. I did not understand and forgot about it. In the night after dinner, we were sleeping in the open terrace of our house. It was a summer night and there was a full moon. Avva came and sat next to me. Her affectionate hands touched my forehead. Now we have to answer the questions based on this paragraph. The first one. Complete the following sentence with the appropriate option. The phrase never seen her cry in the most difficult situations. Tell us that the grandmother was. So these options are given strong willed, understanding, considerate, or bold. So according to this passage, she was strong willed. Okay. So she will not cry in the most difficult situations. Then next one, complete the following with the correct options from those given in the bracket. So here is the bracket. Grandmother did not reply when the narrator asked if she was alright because she might have been too emotional or tired to respond. So the correct answer is emotional. Okay. Then third one, identify the clue from the extract that indicates a rural setting with traditional customs. So we have read in the last paragraph the line when I came back to my village and the fact that they were sleeping in the open terrace of their house on a full moon summer night gives us a clue that they were in a village. Traditionally, people in rural areas sleep on the terrace or courtyard in summer. Okay. Now the fourth one. Which line of the extract established a tender atmosphere? So the lines Abba came and sat next to me. Her affectionate hands touched my forehead, created a tender atmosphere. Then, which of the following aspect is not emphasized in the given extract? The emotional turmoil of the grandmother, the affectionate bond between the narrator and the grandmother. See the grandmother's regret over her lack of education. Then D, the narrator's concern for her grandmother. So the correct answer is option C, the grandmother's regret over her lack of education. Okay. This was not emphasized in this paragraph. Now comes the second one. Again, I'll quickly read it. I have decided I want to learn the Kannada alphabet from tomorrow onwards. I will work very hard. I will keep Saraswati Puja Day during the Sara as a deadline. That day I should be able to read a novel on my own. I want to be independent. I saw the determination on her face, yet I laughed at her. Abba, at this age of 62, you want to learn the alphabet. All your hair is grey, your hands are wrinkled, you wear spectacles, and you work so much in the kitchen. Childishly, I made fun of the old lady, but she just smiled. For a good cause, if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle. I will work harder than anybody, but I will do it. For learning, there is no age bar. Now, the first, we have to answer these questions. The first one. What does a grandmother's statement, I want to be independent, reveal about her character? A, she wanted to be literate. Then, next one, she desires self sufficiency. Then, C, she wants to prove her intelligence to others. Or D, she feels pressured by the society to learn. So, the correct answer is B, she desires self sufficiency. Now, fill in the blank with the appropriate option from those given in the bracket. This is the bracket here. Okay. The grandmother's determination shows that learning has no age limit, gender bias, or cultural barrier. So the correct answer is age limit. Then third, complete the following with a suitable reason. The narrator laughs at her grandmother's decision to learn the alphabet at the age of 62 because she believed that her grandmother was too old to learn the Kannada alphabet. Then fourth one, list any two qualities displayed by the grandmother. So this answer I have written according to my understanding. You can also write according as per your understanding. Okay. So the two qualities displayed by the grandmother are determination. The grandmother was curious about outside her day-to-day life and was determined to become self-reliant and literate although she was old. Then strong will. She was strong will and did not display her emotions to others. Like she will not cry even in the most difficult situations. Okay. Then fifth one. How can we say that the narrator is making assumptions about her grandmother? So the answer to this is the narrator has always seen her grandmother busy in the kitchen and helping in running the family smoothly. Her hair is grey and she wears spectacles. Therefore, when her grandmother shows a desire to learn to read, it appeared awkward to her because narrator thinks at her age, but grandmother proved her wrong. Okay. Now answer the following questions at the back, at the end of the chapter. Why do you think the grandmother felt embarrassed to ask someone else to read to her while the narrator was away? So the grandmother felt embarrassed because she valued self-respect and independence. Asking others to read would make her seem helpless. Despite being well off, she felt her inability to read was a personal weakness and did not want to show it, reflecting her pride and dignity. Now the next question. Why does the narrator initially laugh at her grandmother's determination to learn at the age of 62? So the narrator initially laughed at her grandmother's determination to learn at the age of 62. She pointed out her grey hair, wrinkled hands, spectacles, and her work in the kitchen, stating that she was too old and busy to learn the Kannada alphabet. The narrator had never seen an old person learning something, so she childishly laughed at her grandmother's determination and made fun of her. The third question: what significance does the story of Kashi Yatra have in both the grandmother's life and the story? Now, the story of Kashi Yatra is instrumental in bringing about a change in the grandmother's life because, just like the protagonist of Kashi Yatra, the grandmother too desired to visit Vishweshwara temple in Kashi, Lord Vishweshwara temple in Kashi. Grandmother was desperate to know how the story proceeded but was unable to do so when the narrator went away for a week to attend a wedding. She felt helpless and rubbed her hands on the pages to read it. Her self respect stopped her from asking someone else to read out the story to her. The story of Kashi Yatra made grandmother realize the importance of education for an independent life. She became determined to learn Kannada from her granddaughter, whom she made her teacher. Now, question 4. What does the grandmother's desire to learn the Kannada alphabet reflect about her? So, the grandmother's desire to learn the Kannada alphabet reflect her determination and willingness to learn new things. The grandmother does not let her age stop her from becoming independent, showing her willpower and resilience. The narrator describes how her grandmother did her homework diligently and read and wrote repeatedly to grasp the concept firmly. This shows that the grandmother is a hardworking person. Then, fifth, what lessons can we infer from the grandmother's action of touching the narrator's feet? So, on the day of Saraswati Puja, the grandmother bent down and touched the narrator's feet. At that moment, the grandmother saw the narrator not as a granddaughter, but as a teacher who taught her the Kannada alphabet. The namaskar was a gesture of gratitude and respect to the narrator, who showed faith in her grandmother and helped her be literate and independent. The lessons that we can infer from the grandmother's action of touching the narrator's feet are that age is not a barrier to who can learn and who can teach, and all teachers should be respected by the students regardless of their age. Sixth question: what does the following line tell us about the broader theme of the story? For a good cause, if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle. The above mentioned line tells us that willpower is extremely important for success. A person with determination, positive outlook, and solution oriented mindset will find out a way to overcome any hindrance that comes in the path of success. Education is a lifelong process, and the grandmother's determination helped her gain education and independence at the age of 62. The seventh question: how effectively does the story highlight the value of education and supporting personal independence? So, the story, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read, highlights the role of education and personal independence. The story shows the narrator's grandmother who is attached to a story but cannot read it on her own. The grandmother had never received an education and was married off at a very young age. She was too busy with her children and grandchildren to think about her own needs and independence. Because of this, she is unable to read her favorite story on her own, making her feel embarrassed and helpless. This changes when the narrator teaches her the Kannada alphabet and she is able to read the novel at the day of Dussehra. Therefore, education does not just give us knowledge and help us in our careers, but it also empowers us and fosters personal independence. Okay. Now here we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you.